Welcome back to another game, and this time we've got, well, Viper and Riot again, because, well, why the hell not? These guys are on the top of the ladder at the moment. They're the first two players to hit 2k, I believe. Both of them are over that now, and they're ranking at 1 and 2, and the only really way this is changing is they're just alternating between 1 and 2 on the ladder at the moment. So, it's really interesting, and if there's games that are being played at this high level, because they're pretty much untouched at the moment, saying that though, Battery Fro's on a pretty close third right now, but saying that, still, it's just, this level at the moment is about the highest level we've got, so we may as well be watching exactly this. And someone said as well about Hun Wars, I'm sorry, but after the ladder reset, this is all there is. If I don't cast this, there's nothing. If you understand that at all. I'm not sure if people do or not, but since the ladder reset, naturally players have been fighting for their ratings and fighting to get to the top, and of course at that point they don't want to be playing things that they want to be playing at their most comfortable and their best game. And the thing is with that, people are so used to playing Huns is their best game, so people are going to play Huns, and that's pretty much just how it's going to be for a little bit until the ratings get re-established. So I think that's about all I have to say there. I don't think there's anything else interesting off topic that, well, not off topic because we're still talking about Age of Empires, but still I don't think there's anything that we really need to cover that's not there. Don't think there's been any interesting news, so let's check out the maps for both of our players. We actually have Viper playing in the teal. If you didn't notice, I thought you should have by now, but still, Viper playing in the teal and Riot playing in the red. Viper's map actually being pretty decent for once. He usually seems to get the short end of the stick. But he's got his gold in the back here on the hill, saying that, so it's not the best, and he's got wood in the back as well. However, this kind of area here, it's pretty open on the front, especially with these hills here. Going to be quite annoying defending if Riot does decide to push forward really quickly, but hopefully Viper plays aggressive enough to stop him being able to do so. Just going to come down to what he thinks he wants to do, and how Viper decides to push him. Saying that as well, gold over here, stone in the back, stone on the front, so hopefully Viper's not going to need any stone. Saying that though, this still isn't a bad position up here. He can put a town center down if he wants to, so he can go and get lumber and stone. But saying that, it's pretty far away, and the hill will be nice for hill advantage, but still I don't think it's going to be too big, especially the fact that town centers only have 6 range, and that's all they ever have. Viper choosing the lumber over on this side, and berries there as well. Nothing really too harassable that we've been looking at unless he decides to move to stone. That gold could be a bit of an issue, but we'll see how it goes. Right, on the other hand, having a backwood there, going to be able to wall this section here off fairly easy. Saying that as well, can wall this section here if he wants to, but we're talking about Riot here, he doesn't really build walls. Saying that though, he is dropping some palisade there, but still has these hills in the back, especially with his lumber here. Going to be really annoying if Viper does decide to push in across here. Gold on the front as well as more gold there and a stone here. Main gold over here and another forest here. Don't know exactly how he's going to go about this. Stable coming up for Riot, no doubt. Stable going to be on its way up. Yep, Viper bringing that stable up. And naturally queuing the scouts up as well. Whereas Riot will be doing the exact same. Riot moving forward with a spear already though. Generally a pretty smart move. Riot Scout on 42 HP, Viper's on 35, so it looks like Riot might have a bit of an advantage here. Looks like he is, ooh, he's going to tag on that spear, not a good idea. Hopefully he doesn't lose. Nah, that's not good, he's lost heaps of hit points on that scout. And those early scouts, man, you got to pay such attention to them, every little hit they take is huge. Saying that as well though, Riot doing absolutely great with that spear there, just managing to push all these scouts away. Right now he could probably turn around if he wants to, but saying that he doesn't want to lose any more unnecessary HP right now. 3 scouts at the front for Riot right now, and Viper going to be able to start taking some pressure by the looks of it. Will be moving out with his scouts and going to potentially spot this one here, saying that though Riot's HP should all pretty much be full, whereas Viper's got one very badly injured and one injured one. Saying that though, pushing in with the spear as well, so going to be able to defend this fairly well. And I can't really see Riot being able to do too much pushing here. Viper's defense is pretty solid, and saying that, it looks like he's keeping his stuff back at home, so it looks like Viper will be the one here that's going to move into the aggression. Saying that as well, where he decides to push in. Naturally pushing around the back here, going to be a pretty smart idea with his hill here, especially with all these extra farms going up. Looks like he's starting to get towards that magic number, but anyway, no archery from him yet, of course, no archery from Viper. Both of them are busy producing farms and spears, so I don't think we're going to be able to see any kind of a switch soon. Going to really have to wait it out and see how we go. Ooh, finally got that spear over in the corner of the map there. Viper looks like he is going to push in. Might be able to snag a gold villager here or potentially one of these ones on the farm. Look like Riot is going to notice this and catch those scouts before they're able to do too much damage and push him out of there, which is good. Managed to get a few free hits in there as well, which is absolutely brilliant, especially when you're pushing at this stage in the game. Every scout that has lower HP is better for him at this stage. Well, every scout that has lower HP for Viper works out better in Riot's favor, so we can get those free hits, go for it. Spear hanging up on the top of this hill here. It's not really enough to defend the area. If he does run in through here, though, it could get a few jabs in, but again, just going to be able to split and be able to really do some damage there. Viper, Viper, Viper. Is that a range coming up? That is a range, and the range is coming up for Riot as well. You can tell as well, look how close these people are on play. Like, these two, archery range is up, archery range is up. No doubt there's going to be a second one coming up there. Yes, Viper's second one coming up there. It is so tight right now. The scores as well, even. There's only like 20 points in it. We're currently 15 minutes into the game, which isn't far, but still, it shows just how good both these players really are. And a quick wall off there by Riot, definitely a smart idea. Spear position down over here, again quite a smart move. Scouts at this point, there's quite a few of them there, so they're not really particularly scared of the spear. But, you know, it's enough there to not want to take any unnecessary hits. Saying that as well, Riot moving back in with his scouts to be able to try and engage this by the looks of things. He's going to go for it. And I don't think he has any real reason apart from numbers to be going for it right now. And the fact his scouts probably have a lot more hit points. Let's actually check. Yeah, most of his scouts there are on full health, whereas Viper's is all a little bit wounded. So, going to be interesting to see how that one works out. Viper, no doubt, going to be transitioning into Archers now. Archer Scout, of course, probably one of the strongest compositions in the game during Feudal Age. But then again, there's not really a lot of compositions in Feudal Age you can go with, so fair enough indeed. Right, looks like he is going to try and push around the side here and get into this gold, but I think Viper will be able to get out of there in time. He does have a spear and some archers there ready to go, and saying that, it looks like he's bringing his scouts up as well, and... ooh, he's going to go for it. Not going to take any villages though, just going to take some HP damage there. And at this point, it's just so tight, like, they've both hardly lost anything. Yet the amount of prodding and poking they've been doing has been absolutely huge. Both of them are just looking for an opportunity right now, and neither player is giving it to them. Saying that though, there has been a tower put up for Riot, which is actually quite a huge deal, because this means he won't be able to go straight up to his 2 extra town centers once Castle Age begins, and Viper will be. So quite a big deal there. Second mining camp coming up for Viper, which is probably a good call at this stage. And it looks like Viper is going to move into here. He does have bloodlines. Riot does have bloodlines as well. I don't think we've seen a blacksmith from either. There we go. So there's Vipers. Riot. Looks like it's there. Jeez, it's tight. Like, I can't. Blacksmith up, blacksmith up. They're both on the edge of the lumber. Both people into archery range. Looks like he just managed to get some scouting there. And I think Riot here has definitely got the numbers advantage until the rest of these archers kind of come down. And how are we looking fletching wise? Do we have fletching for both players or just for Viper? Viper has fletching, whereas Riot doesn't. Saying this, Viper doing a great movement here, managing to distract Riot from here. However, Riot did notice in time and was able to garrison those villages before he lost any. It looks like he did lose an archer there, but could have been a lot worse than that. Viper, again, kind of disrupting the wood here. I don't know if there's a particular plan for it. Ooh, trying to get some palisades down there. Very smart idea by Riot, but just not being able to get there in time. And saying that, though, going to get out of there, actually. That's really interesting. Viper going for that +1 armor as well. Right now, being quite an interesting game, actually. Both players really just poking as hard as they can at this stage and not being able to commit into a full fight. Saying that, though, Viper's getting pretty game down over here and might actually go for it. Pushing all these villages back towards the town center. Going to be able to snag a few over here, actually. Could not work out well for Riot right now. How many is he going to get if he gets any? Coming in with those guys there. Started stepping those archers, of course. Spears pushing in through this section here. Looks like he got 1, 2. Managing to grab a spear there. And ooh, deleting the lumber camp. Actually a smart move there by Riot. However, saying that, Viper's taking a 400-point lead now. And I think he's going to lose most of his army here, actually. Yeah, Viper's going to lose most of his army here, but not looking good. Riot on his way up to Castle Age, about halfway there. Viper's not even started advancing yet, which is kind of common for him now. He really puts into this feudal pressure right now. So it's generally pretty interesting. Sometimes we even see him goes too stable. He has gone up to 3 range already, though. And it looks like more pushing going to come in from Viper right now, and he's really starting to get the damage in here. Just pushing, he's putting as much pressure on Riot as he can, which is absolutely brilliant. It's working quite well by the looks of things too. starting to really do some damage, and he's going to grab that villager there. Might even be able to... I don't think he's going to be able to... Yeah, he's not going to... Oh, saying that. He just managed to grab it, actually, saying that. Going to be able to grab some of these ones here by the looks of it as well. Looks like they will just get out of there in time. This skirmish is just buying enough time, right? Being able to move in here. Going to be able to take these guys out, but Viper's still at like a 300-point score lead, and Riot hitting the castle age right now, really closing the gap. Viper, however, is already advancing, so Viper's really got to sit tight here for a while, moving the archers back to base, of course. And going to be able to use, well, this to his advantage. Hopefully sit back, let Riot try and push and defend off that. And once he's able to defend that, hit Castle Age and push out with his, hopefully. And hopefully he can keep, well, the odds pretty even. Saying that though, Riot starting to transition into some Knights right now could really hurt Viper, especially against Feudal Age archers. They just do nothing at all to Knights, especially once you get that second armor upgrade, and they've got bloodlines on them already. So it's really going to hurt here, actually, and could potentially lose a few of these archers if he's not careful. Saying that though, he looks like he knows what's going on. Think he might pull these villagers back if these guys continue to move forward, but they're going to move back around the side. So he's starting to look pretty good at this stage. Viper hitting Castle Age immediately, of course. We should see crossbow on the way, yes, and we should see Bodkin, yes. Bodkin for you. Ooh, Riot hasn't gone for Bodkin yet. Looks like these are just the leftover archers he had. Very interesting, he hasn't gone for that yet. Has he gone for the armor first, or... Viper, of course, retreating until he gets that crossbow. At this point, you may as well be waiting for that. Just, ooh, bring them in onto the town center as well. Viper using these town centers really well recently, actually. Saying that as well, hasn't queued up any units, but there we go, swapping into cavalry archer production now. And I think things are starting to look pretty good for Viper. He's 100 points in the lead. Riot hasn't been able to put up any more town centers, and he's not taking stone yet. Saying that his stones aren't exactly in the nicest places either. So he hasn't been able to take stone to be able to keep advancing here, and it looks like Viper's going to be able to fight this one off. Cavalry archers are starting to move in from Riot right now. Still though, not having Bodkin's really a big issue, actually. Viper's got that +1 armor as well, so his cavalry archers are actually quite, on this point, they're a lot stronger than Riot's actually are. So he might be able to just take it on tech at this point. Taking out a lot of Knights here, however, starting to really lose some cavalry archers. Starting to really, and Riot taking the score lead here now, starting to get onto these villagers here. Viper taking them back by the looks of it. However, fighting uphill right now, which is pretty much the main reason people hate hills in this kind of position. But it looks like Viper's reinforcements will come just in time to be able to beat this down. However, saying that, Riot brings some of his own forces in as well, but it looks like he will retreat out now. Saying that as well, still no armor, still no Bodkin, so Viper having a massive advantage, even with the +2 armor right now. I don't know if he's realized, but if Riot hasn't got this, and he's just trying to really max out on his advantage right now. Saying that as well, Viper has got a second town center up, whereas Riot shouldn't be able to, and that is correct. Riot is really starting to push now. I think he knows that he needs to be doing damage at the moment, because he's only on one town center. I don't know if he's seen the second town center of Viper. Let's actually check if he has. He hasn't seen it. But I think you might expect it to be there at this stage. Like, Viper's always one to go up because he's brewing with his economy, so he may as well be making full use of that. Trying to split in through here and do a little bit more damage, but Viper again can be on top of this one here, and might be able to get some free kills here. Saying that, Viper again moving back to base. I think he knows he's getting ahead of Riot right now, and I think he knows his economy is a lot better. So the longer he stays in the game at this point, the farther ahead he's going to get. So Riot really has to do something here. Throwing up another town center here. Still no stone for Riot, so still operating only off that one town center. Is up to 4 range though. However, Viper has matched that right now, so it's starting to get a bit hard for Riot to stay in the game. Saying that though, the scores are extremely equal, but they're not showing the full story at the moment. Viper on 3 town centers compared to his opponent on 1. However, these Knights are going to be a bit of an issue for Viper to deal with. They are going to get in here, and it looks like they will get... Ooh, they got 1 villager kill just there, and I only know that because I heard it. And Viper going to be able to push in through here and hopefully take out some units. Don't think we've seen ballistics from him yet, though, because I don't think we've seen a university. I don't think we've seen one from Riot yet. No, we have not. So getting kind of interesting here. Viper losing this fight over on the hill here. And saying that though, it looks like he will win the one over here, depending on this town center. If you can pull him in towards the town center, it'll definitely benefit him, but I don't know how much it's going to help. Right now, going to need to garrison this town center. Actually, starting to run out of gold on his main one here, and it looks like Riot is actually going to be able to push in through here and do some damage as Viper isn't quick. Both players starting to run low on their main gold patch now. However, Viper getting quite lucky with this one over here on the back. However, Riot does actually have to move forward once he runs out of gold. Saying this as well, Riot definitely has the army advantage right now, but I don't know exactly how it's going to pay off. He has to get damage with it. That's the thing. It can't just be idled. He's got to make all these units count if he wants to come back right now. And I know I say come back even though he's on top right now, but Viper's just in such a good position to be dealing with this. He's going to have to get some villager kills here just to knock some units down for Viper. And I think he got one. I definitely heard one die. Going back to the gold, and at the moment it looks like Riot's really taking control here. Doing a pretty good job. Going to snag another villager there. Managed to get 3 here all up. But saying that, Viper managing to push the reinforcements away, just keeping these guys here in the back. Saying that though, if they do move forward to here, there's going to be quite a bit of damage they can do. Viper noticing really quickly, garrisoning that town center. Definitely a good move from here. Ooh, being able to grab a cavalry archer there as well. Definitely quite helpful, and these 2 cavalry archers here. Don't exactly know what he's doing with them. Could just be getting some scouting information, because Riot, of course, down to 280 gold. Going to be forced to push out to one of these right now. Town center is coming up for him. He has finally started taking some stone, but Viper's going to be pretty head on the economy right now. Saying that, it looks like Viper's going to be able to win the fight down over here. He's even got the heal advantage here. It may not look it, but if you've got on low graphics like I do, you can see these little ripples here. So you should know they're just getting an advantage. And Riot moving in with more cavalry archers right now, just enough to reinforce and be able to take these out. Skirmishes from Viper, saying that he's starting to get into a little bit of trouble here. But I'm not completely sure, because Riot's on his last leg of gold at the moment. He's got 50 there, he's got 100 in the bank. Putting a town center up over here, definitely a good option for him. Probably one of his only options at this stage. Really needs to be doing that. Looks like Viper will be moving in again, just trying to grab some freebies, which is what this bit seems to all be about. Skirmishes, of course, in the hole, because they're skirmishes. University is up for Viper. Archery range coming up over here. Still no University from Riot, which is kind of interesting. Usually when he won town centers, he gets a University up fairly quickly, but it looks like Viper's really pushing him here. Saying that though, potentially a lot of villagers going to get lost here. Just the 2, being able to get out of there just in time. Only going to lose 1 cavalry archer there to 2 villagers. Pretty even odds there. Saying that though, Riot finally getting onto his next gold there. Trying to take this one over here as well. Not sure what Viper's doing with those 2 cavalry archers. Elite skirmisher for Viper. How are we doing on upgrades right now? It looks like we're on even upgrades. But Viper is starting to pull ahead. Nearly 300, 400 points in front. And Riot, again, looking to do some damage here, but Viper's outmassed him here, and it looks like he's going to be stuck, so I think this might be it for Riot's cavalry archers up here. He's trying to move in through this side over here, however, Viper managing to garrison really quickly here, only losing 2 villagers there, and all those cavalry archers are down for Riot right now. 600 points, 700 point score lead for Viper, really taking this one really effectively. He knows where his opponent's getting his gold from as well now, so he's going to be able to run out across there and really do some damage. Can't engage the skirmishes here. He's only got 1 knight there, and he did lose quite a few cavalry archers there, actually, for what it was. Definitely a smart decision to get out of there. However, Viper knows what's going on now. He knows there's gold coming in from over here. Viper knows that Riot has had to expand outside his base. And I have a feeling this is a good time for Viper to start pushing. Putting another town center up over here, so going up to just a university. So he's going to be on 4 compared to Viper's 3, but he's still got quite a bit of catching up to do. Like I said, Viper at this point's ahead by quite a bit. These cavalry archers here getting some harass, which is kind of nice. Might be able to snag a villager here, actually, saying that. And in come the reinforcements right now. I don't think Riot's expecting this, and I don't think he has enough here to be able to deal with this. Gonna grab 3 villagers there, prevent this town center from coming up, having to bring his cavalry archers back. Viper at the moment just really focusing on villagers. Grabbing another one there, plus 1 over here. I don't know if we counted that one essentially in the start. Viper really using this hill advantage here. Hill advantages are a big deal. Riot starting to dedicate all of his villagers into getting this town center up. He knows it needs to go up, and it looks like Viper's going to actually be able to take the military advantage here and just... Ooh, garrisoned for Riot, so Viper can have to get out of there. But no, gonna just be nice and annoying. Sitting cavalry archers right here, because this is probably about as annoying as it can get. If he moves a step closer, he's gonna be able to harass those guys. And that town center can't hit him, so Riot's gonna have to bring units over there to back it up. More stables coming up from Riot right now, so he will be able to try and defend with knights. However, cavalry archers versus knights, if it comes down to control, we all know that knights lose out to cavalry archers at this stage in the game, especially Han ones. And it looks like right now, going to push in through here, and this could be really dangerous right now if he gets to the lumber. And I think that's exactly where he's going. And I don't think Riot has enough to be able to deal with this. If Viper decides to run in there, it's going to be GG. Ooh, saying that though, some good positioning from Riot, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Going to be able to take out most of these guys here fairly quickly. Knights, of course, soaking up the damage, but it's not really enough. And Riot losing most of his cavalry archers here. However, reinforcements coming in, and Riot actually resigning out right now. More cavalry archers over here were pushing in. I think Riot knows where he is at this point. Viper was 1,300 points ahead. He was pushing in through here with elite skirmishers. He'd killed off most of the knights, so he had no way of dealing with the elite skirmishers. There was just cavalry archers everywhere, so he wasn't really able to deal with it. So I hope you enjoyed it. Saying that there's even more over here. Viper's expanded out over here, because why not? So yeah, this one definitely really well played by Viper. So I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next game.